There's a strange kind of pain that comes from knowing you're capable of more, but still struggling to get anything meaningful done. You wake up with plans to be productive, to finally focus, to stop wasting time, but somehow the hours slip through your fingers. You bounce between tabs, check your phone for the 5th time in 5 minutes, and by the end of the day, you're left with fragments, a half-written note, an open browser, a tired brain that feels like it ran a marathon, even though nothing moved forward. It's not that you don't have time, it's that your mind has forgotten how to go deep. In a world wired for distraction, your brain has been rewired without you even noticing. You're no longer rewarded for focus, you're rewarded for checking, switching, refreshing. You open your phone for one thing, and 15 minutes vanish in a blur of reels, messages, and dopamine. Your brain is constantly being trained. Less patience, more stimulation, less thinking, more reacting. And the more you feed it, the harder it gets to pull away. You sit down to do something important, and your mind resists. Not because the task is impossible, but because your brain has learned to expect something easier, faster, more entertaining. And over time, that becomes your default. You try to write, and within minutes, you're thinking about something else. You try to read, but your attention skips like a stone across water. You know you should be focused, and yet your mind feels like it's been hijacked. That's not a personal flaw. It's a neurological one. Your brain literally rewires itself based on what you give it. And most of us are feeding it the mental equivalent of junk food. Endless content, fast reactions, short bursts of novelty. It's not making you smarter. It's making it harder to sit with one thing long enough to actually create something meaningful. Deep work, the kind of focus that leads to real progress, isn't just about discipline. It's about training. It's about teaching your mind to stay with a task long enough to get past the noise, past the discomfort, past the urge to escape. But that takes time. And we've built a world where time feels like a luxury we can't afford. So we stay stuck in surface level thinking, half present, half focused, half alive. But it doesn't have to stay that way. Your brain is plastic, which means it can be reshaped, rewired, retrained. And it starts with understanding what deep work really is and why reclaiming it might be the most powerful thing you ever do. Deep work is more than just working hard. It's a mental state, a place where distractions fall away and your attention locks into something with full presence. You lose track of time, not because you're scrolling, but because you're immersed. You feel effort, but it's a good kind, like building something that actually matters. This is where the best writing happens, where ideas come together, where skills sharpen, and real progress begins. And yet, most people almost never experience it. Because everything around us pushes us in the opposite direction. The modern world is engineered for shallow focus. Social media isn't designed to help you create, it's designed to keep you hooked. Notifications don't ask for your attention, they steal it. We've created an environment that's always pulling at our focus, and in response, our brains have adapted by becoming more fragmented. You start one task, jump to another, get interrupted, forget what you were doing, and call it a day. But deep work can't exist in fragments. It needs space, it needs stillness, it needs time. And that's the real issue. We've trained our minds to crave speed, not depth. When things feel hard, our instinct is to escape. Open another tab, check our phone, look for something easier. But depth is supposed to feel hard. That's what makes it valuable. When you first sit down to do something challenging, really challenging, your mind will resist. It will try to run. It will try to convince you that something else needs your attention. That's not a sign that you're failing. That's a sign that your brain has gotten used to avoiding effort. But here's what most people don't realize. The discomfort doesn't last forever. If you can sit through that initial restlessness, even for just 15 minutes, something shifts. Your brain begins to settle. You start getting into the work. And slowly, the noise fades. The thoughts stop pulling you in every direction. Focus returns. Ideas connect. That's deep work. And it's a muscle. The more you use it, the stronger it gets. Unfortunately, most people never get past that first 5 to 10 minutes. They mistake discomfort for failure. They think, I'm just not focused today, and move on. But the truth is, your brain was about to re-engage, so you just left too early. Deep work doesn't feel instant. It feels like resistance at first, but on the other side of that resistance is something rare. Actual progress, actual clarity, actual satisfaction. And once you taste it, you realize how shallow the rest of your day-to-day scrolling really feels. The key is learning how to get there. How to retrain your brain so that deep focus becomes your default, not the exception. Because the world won't hand that kind of attention to you, you have to take it back.